in there. So recording in progress. So hey there, this is Lynn Hamilton, your lead at Samson Properties with our afternoon session of Master. So today we're going to talk about business cards. I know that a few of you have already gotten an email from me that says, your email signature may not be in compliance. So we're going to talk about that today as well. Before as part of yes, you do get points for attending. However, we do need to have your camera on. I need to know that you're actually here and that you haven't just turned it on and walked away. So cameras must be on in order for you to points. And yes, I can randomly check as need be. So with that, one other great announcement, and I forgot to mention in last session, but who does not have their ticket for tomorrow's top producer takeover that would still like to be able to go and would like to get, and I believe it's $10 off. Anybody? You should all be going, jumping for joy. If you have not gotten your ticket and would like to go, they have offered me a promo code. When you go to get your ticket, it's going to ask for the promo code, and the promo code is Coach Lynn. I'll put it down in the chat box for you. It is simply just COACHLYNN is your promo code to get $10 off of your purchase for tomorrow's top producer takeover. I tell you, I am so excited that we get to hear from and talk to Jared. I am just, it's like better than Christmas. So this is, again, an amazing opportunity for you to come, get involved, be engaged. You will absolutely be impacted and it will change. This is not something, I remember somebody emailed me, emailed a group the other day and says, I don't know if I can make it, but can you, give me the notes from it? It's like, no, it does no good. This is something that you need to experience. It's the experience of it, because what you're going to take away is going to be something totally different from what somebody else is going to take away. It just all depends on where you're at in your career and who you resonate with and what jumps out at you. So OMG, 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 I guarantee you that it will be worth every penny and every minute you are able to be there. Now, it starts at 9 o'clock with breakfast. I think Jared comes on at, I'm going to say 9:30. Don't quote me on that. It is a big room. There are a few tickets that are left. So that's why they've offered the last minute ticket for availability for everyone. It is in Springfield. It is relatively easy to get to. There's plenty of parking. It's a beautiful facility. But I've gone for the last 2 times. This is the third time. And it is just an amazing experience and opportunity. So make sure that if you have not gotten your ticket, take a deep breath. I don't care what you got on the schedule for tomorrow, clear it and go. Even if you can go for half a day or part of the day, you get breakfast, you get all these panels, all these conversations, there's lunch, there's happy hour afterwards. Again, it's going to be an amazing day. Go for as long or as much time as you can go. So go on to Cardinal Nest, get your ticket, put in Coach Lynn in the promo code, and I was told it will give you $10 off of your ticket. Again, if I could get on my knees and beg, I would. It is that important. It is that important and that amazing of an event. And again, this is not something that somebody can recap to you or can, share their notes with you. No good. Does no good whatsoever. So I'm going to beg. This is literally an amazing event. If at all possible, please make your arrangements to go. All right. There you go. All right. So today we are going to talk about pros and cons of business cards and what needs to go on them what are some creative ideas around them. And then we're going to talk about our email signatures. So you know what? I'm going to start with the email signature conversation. So as you can probably guess, I get a lot of emails from agents. I also know that many of us will email or respond to an email from our phones. Now, I know that in Jumpstart Session 1, we've talked about this. When you go to your computer and set up your Outlook, your Gmail, whatever, your business account, not your personal email address, but your business email, you put in an email signature. If you do not know how to do that, let me know. I'm probably going to record a quick video and drop it into my resource center how-to instructions and add it in there on my page for you. So, but what is important is obviously your name needs to be on there, your title. Now, if you are using the title Realtor, it is supposed to be, because it is a registered trademark, it is supposed to be in all caps with the little R in the circle at the end of it. So anytime you use the term Realtor, and by the way, you can only use the title Realtor if you are one. So here's where a danger comes in. Let's say you decide to create an email address that says Realtor Lynn. Now, you wouldn't use my name, but you get the point. Then you decide to go inactive and you do not renew your membership with the NAR. You are no longer a realtor and do not have the authority or permission to use the term realtor because you ain't one. So the question then comes is, what should you use? Obviously, real estate professional, a licensed real estate agent in list of states that you are in, whatever. But if you are not a realtor, you cannot use the term realtor, and you have to be a member of the National Association of Realtors in order to use the word. There you go. All right. So where can you find the little R icon? I'm going to pop over on my screen so I can make sure I'm walking you through this. You may want to just take a note. When you're in whatever document, Word document, email signature, whatever, there is your control panel, your bar. You'll go to Insert. Then it brings you the bar of all the options. There is a little icon. Mine happens to be on the right-hand side of my screen, and it says Symbols or Symbol. Has an arrow for a drop-down box. When you hit that arrow, the R is the first one on there. Next to it is the C for copyright, but the R stands for registered trademark. That is where you can find it on your computer when you're doing whatever. Now, so in your email signature, you need to have your name, your title. You need to have, obviously, your phone number. I always put my email address back in it, even though it's coming from your email address, your website or a link to the website. It is also a requirement. It is the National Association Code of Ethics that it falls under kind of the truth in advertising. The consumer has a right to know which company you are affiliated with. So it does need to have Sampson Properties on there, and or it does need to have the logo on there, right? From there, side note, some states require an agent to have their license number on everything as well. In our footprint, we are not there yet. I would not be surprised if someday it all came out that we've got to have our license number attached on everything. So, but right now you don't. Now, if you want to add it in there, nothing wrong with it. The question that or let me back up. One more thought. If you are licensed in multiple states, you should absolutely reference that you are licensed in boom, 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 whatever states you're licensed in, and no, you cannot include the state of confusion. That was supposed to get a laugh. Okay. So from there is a question that is coming out about whether or not the full address of the office that your license is hung at should be on your signature and everything else, or if it just has to have the office location that you are out of. Frankly, here's what I would do. It's better to CYA than to get in hot water. So I would have Sampson Properties underneath it. And again, you can take it down into a smaller font, like a 12 or 11, and put the Fredericksburg office, or you can just put the full address of the office, including the state and the zip, which again, make sure that you are compliant over the top. It all goes back to consumer protection. Consumers have a right to know from which office you are out of. Now, where should all of this information be? Absolutely on your email signature from your computers. Here is the biggest mistake that is made. I would say 75% of agents have not set up the email signature in the settings of their phone. For the longest time, we all assumed, and you know what happens when we assume things, that if it is on our computer, but yet we go to our phone to respond to an email, it will automatically grab that signature and pull it with it. No, it does not. So if you are not sure if yours is set correctly or not, here's what you do. Take your phone, not necessarily right this minute, but grab your phone, go into your business email. You will send yourself an email. You can just list it as test. You can list it as whatever, and just say, check email signature. And then when it comes back through, open it up and look at it. Did and does it have from your phone already set the email signature that you need? Now, if it doesn't, that needs to be done immediately. It is relatively simple to do. If you do not know how to do it, all you got to do is Google email signature setting from Android, email setting from iPhone, or you can go to my website, lynnhamilton.sampsonproperties.net. I have a tab set up for you guys. It says Agent Resource Center. It'll give you a drop down. Go to How To Instructions, and I think it's the second box of information. I literally copied and pasted the instructions from Android and the iPhone of how to go in and set your email signature line from your phone, so it will automatically attach when you do an email back out. Okay, so that is going to be my mission, my biggie for the rest of the year. The reason why is because, gang, we need to be compliant. We absolutely need to be compliant, and not that the NAR or your local board is going to come after you with a slap on the wrist just for that. However, if they're looking at you for anything else, they just add that one to the list, and we don't want that to happen. So check your email from your computer, check your email from your signature lines from your phone. Make sure that you also, if you are using Bright, or if you're using KV Core, which is now Bold Trails, by the way, or Lofty, or anything that will allow you to email consumers. Make sure that the proper information is there to protect your backside. Okay. As I lovingly say, yeah, I came from California and they would be going, in fact, they are going after agents on this minute little thing right now and slapping them with small fines. And you think, well, why? That's being petty. No, because we're in the crosshairs of the radar right now. This lawsuit settlement fallout stuff. We've got various organizations that are and law firms that are looking at anything to come after real estate agents. And if this is one of them, I don't trust anybody. So again, I'm just trying to protect you all, keep you off the radar, make sure we are compliant. And if by chance something comes through to me that it doesn't show your proper signature, I do have an auto reply that'll say, hey, it appears that your email signature is not set up correctly. Please look into it. I give you some steps and some checks. So if you get that, don't be offended. Just know I'm just trying to protect you and what you have to have on there. So again, your name, I would put your title on there. I would have your phone number, your website, or a link to your website. If you do not know how to insert a link into your email signature, let me know. We'll show you how to do it. I would then make sure that somewhere is Samson Properties, either in typed out text or the logo. Frankly, underneath there, I would go the address of the office that you are affiliated with. And I would also include in there, just for CYA, licensed in Commonwealth of Virginia, or you can just put, VA/DC/MD, but no, don't put the state of confusion, although we all think we need to put that on there right now. So that is the basics that need to be on there. They need to be legible, and there you go. If we hear, I have put an email out this morning to every single one of our brokers within our various states, including Delaware and Florida, have asked them to supply me back with the regulation for their state, because I know that some states say, yes, you've got to have the office address. Some states you just have to have the office specific location, not just Samson, but which office. So I'm getting that directly all back in. I do have the code for Virginia. If anybody needs to know what it is, it's 18-VAC-135-20-190. In case you ever need that in the middle of the night. That is the code that talks about the disclosure in the content of electronic media advertising and the information that is required to be on email signatures or any other advertising component. So frankly, I would just, it's safer just go overkill right now. So there you have it. More to come. You guys are the first to know about this. So email signatures, check your signature, check your phone, check Bright, check Real Scout, because I think you can email from there. Check if whatever platform you're using, whether it's KV Core or Lofty or Top Producer or whatever platform you're using, make sure that you have the correct signature showing up in there with all the details that are needed. And again, just trying to keep you off the radar. That's all I want to do is protect you and keep you off the radar. So there you go. All right. More to come on that one. Stay tuned and follow up. All right. So let's go back to talking about business cards. I've got a bunch here lined up in front of me, so I'll hold a few of them up and show you some good and some bad. Obviously, your name needs to be on there in a nice bold font. Now I have one here and it says on here, the best realtor. Okay, first off, realtor is not all caps, and that saying you're the best can get your hand slapped. Because that's according to whom? According to whom are you the best? Or I'm number one? Well, number one in what? So those are things you want to be careful of and stay away from. It is also recommended, and this goes, I think, and again, I'm waiting to find out on the email signatures and stuff as well, whether or not you need to have the fair housing little icon and logo that goes with it. It's usually the realtor, fair housing, and MLS, often icons together. I'm waiting for details back from the various brokers. Once I hear back from all of them, I will let you know. We'll do a whole other session on it, but keep that in mind. But on business cards, obviously your name and your phone number. Your phone number, here's my recommendation. Make sure the font is at least a 12 to 14 point font. You want to have it able to be read clearly without someone having to put on their glasses. Okay. Make sure the font is clean. In other words, if it's too scrolly or foo-foo-y or too bold, if it is numbers that could easily be, without glasses on, misread by another number, that's not your best font option. When it comes to your email address, again, make sure that it is clear. A crisp, clean font is far better than the fancy, scrolly, foo-foo-y fonts. Same thing with your email address. You also want to consider the color that you're putting on the card. Now, I've got one here in front of me. It's a beautiful turquoise. I love it, but she has used a white font on some of this, and literally, I can't read it. So you want to take that into consideration as well. Now, I will show you, let me block part of this out, if I can hold this up. What she has done is had the artwork created. So it's got the for sale sign, and it's got her picture hanging from the signpost. Clever. I like it. I like the color. But here's the other problem. That's the backside. Nothing. The backside of your business card is known as valuable real estate. You never, ever, ever want to leave it blank. And here's the logic behind it. You are in business. If you are going to buy a 30-second commercial, okay, you do not do the first 15 seconds of airtime, and then the last 15 seconds is silent or blank. In marketing, the backside of flyers and the backside of your business card is valuable marketing space. Don't ever leave it blank. Okay, so there's your tip there. So we've talked about your name, we've talked about the font, we've talked about making sure your phone number is legible. Make sure your email address and your website is also legible. I frankly like when agents will create a custom card that's a pop of color. Okay, they're branding themselves, so everything they put out is going to fall into those color combinations. That is brilliant branding. Okay, so if there's a color that resonates with you, there is absolutely nothing wrong with grabbing it and running with it. Okay, all right, here's another one I will hold up that is actually very good. It is Katie Vereshchuk. Again, it's got a clever logo. It is eye-catching. It jumps out at you. And everything is clear and crisp. And on the back, she's also utilized great space and great information on the back side as well. So there you go. Now, speaking of the back side, oftentimes an agent will ask, I have another business. Can I put my other business on the back side of my business card? Technically, no. That's what I was always told. If it is appraisal, maybe. If it is notary, maybe, because it is connected to the real estate world. But if it is anything else that is not connected to your real estate license, supposedly, no, you cannot. So if that applies to you in any way, shape, or form, make sure that you double check before you go with the expense of putting a business card out that you find out is now in non-compliant and can get you in hot water. So, okay. This one, again, is very clever. The way it's laid out. Let me hold it up to the screen so you can get a close look at it. Again, she's got her photo on there. What I like is obviously the bottom band across the bottom of the business card is in her color branding. It's kind of a light pink. Her little house logo is gold. So pink and gold are kind of her colors. So again, and everything else is in black and white. So it's very crisp and it does show up. The problem with this card is the back, nothing on it. So again, lost some momentum on a valuable card. All right, so the question also that has come out is whether or not we are able to use, let me hold this one up, is a cartoon image of ourselves. And I was told basically, yeah, as long as it kind of looks like you, you can get away with it. Now, pictures on our cards are supposed to still look like us. This is a little hidden gem of a code that most agents have no clue over. And it is that the pictures that we use are supposed to be within 5 years old. Now, if they still look like you, all right, push it 6. But if it doesn't look like you in any way, shape, or form, it's time for a redo. So, ladies, I love to say this. You know our 1980s glamour shots that we looked all damn good? Yeah, we can't use those. Gentlemen, I don't care how cute you were in high school or your college. If it still does not look exactly like you, nope, you can't. And here where it goes under consumer protection. Consumer protection, and again, a lot of companies do this. If you've got a repair person coming to your house, a lot of companies will now text you a picture of the service provider who is going to be showing up at your door. Why? Consumer protection. You have a right to know who is going to come knocking on your door and who you can safely let in. So that is another reason by having a photo on it is an advantage. Now, I know I don't like our photos. I don't look good, but I don't care. Airbrush them, they can do wonders. Now, here's the other side. I have heard stories where 2 agents go in for an interview for a client. Neither one of them had the photo on their business card. They couldn't remember if it was Jenny or if it was Lisa. So they called Lisa to come back and take the listing. They thought they were calling Jenny. And Lisa shows up and they're like, okay, what do they do now? They were hoping for, they thought they were calling off to the other agent, and in mistake, they called the one. Neither one of them had their photos on. That's where it can backfire, consider to your advantage. But I think in that scenario, they embarrassingly told the one agent that they had changed their mind and we're going to list right away. And then they did get a hold of the right agent. So again, that's an awkward position that it puts in. I see one of the questions that pops up in the question about what about hairstyles? I get it. If it's a major, like long to short, they understand we change our hairstyle frequently, but as long as the facial features are still able to be recognized, and again, if you're going to go a complete overhaul and completely change the look, probably not a bad idea to get an updated photo to go with it. All right. Another thing, speaking of the photos, what was the question? Does it have to look like us with or without makeup? LOL. Yeah, there ain't no way you're gonna picture this without the makeup on. I'm just throwing that one out there. So yeah. There we go. All right. So let's talk about the photos. Yes, you do need to have a photo. Obviously, Samson Properties will do a free photo for you. Zach in our kind of, I'm going to call it marketing videography department. He does do them most of the time on Fridays. If he is doing an HQ to you, they will often have a sign up where you can sign up to get your photos done well at HQ to you. Again, he's got to unload, he's got to pack down, load up, haul in, and reset up everything. So when you find out he's going to be at an HQ or there's an HQ close to you and you need a new photo, go. I mean, if not, you're looking at $75 to $150 to get a professional photo done, depending on where you're at. And, again, that's your choice, that's your call, but you can also get a decent one through Samson as well. So there you be. When it comes to having your photo on your website, absolutely. And here's the other thing. With our kvCORE / Bold Trails platform, if you do not have a current photo uploaded on your kvCORE site and your kvCORE activated, it does not feed over to the SamsonProperties.net website. It is through kvCORE that those two sites talk to each other. So you got no photo, you've got no information up on your kvCORE, Bold Trails website. You will not show up on the company site. And I just learned that one recently because I didn't know that either, but that is the connection. Again, if somebody is looking for you and they know that you were with Samson, they go to SamsonProperties.net under agent and they go to look you up and you're not there. That's because your website and your platform for kvCORE is not active and you do not have a photo. And you should have a photo up there as well. So, okay, if there's any problems with that, let me know and we will work through the process. All right, so there's my 2 cents on the photos and all the do's and don'ts. Business cards, I believe that your photo should be on there. Just my personal preference is but you also then want to make your card memorable. Now, the square shape, the whatever rectangle, whatever this is very common. Frankly, I don't think it matters. It's a personal preference, whether it is square cornered or rounded corners. I kind of like the rounded corners just because they were different. Again, personal preference, it really doesn't matter. Card consistency it can be a thicker cardstock. Again, I'm not sure the expense of that is good. Sometimes agents will kind of have them laminated or a heavier cover. That's an option as well. A couple that I have gotten recently, and I will hold this up. Let's see if I can hold this up where you can see this. Notice half of it is transparent. It is actually plastic. And for those that were at our barbecue showdown yesterday at Samson Properties in Chantilly, one of the vendors that was there was a painter. They have plastic cards as well, and half of theirs were clear. So again, I'm sure they're going to cost way more, but it's an option. And certainly people were more apt to hang on to this than any longer than another one. All right. Now, what goes on the back? On the back of your business card, my belief is do not ever put a calculator or a tip calculator. Don't put a calendar on there because God forbid, if I get a card from you and it's got the 2020 calendar on the back, I'm going to know you ain't doing a lot of business if you got a card from 2020. So what are some of the best things to go on the back of the card? Please don't use that tagline. My greatest compliment is your referrals. All right. A better one is, let me ask, Does your home still meet your needs? Do you need to know what's going on in the market? That is a better tagline. The mission statement. We teach that in Jumpstart session 1. My mission is to help you protect and maintain the value of your greatest asset, which is your home. My free reports and tips will help. Scan the QR code to go check some of them out. That would be a powerful back end or backside of a business card. The fact that you have a blog free on your free website, we have free reports for you, we have free newsletters for you. All of those free things should be being taken advantage of, and at least one, excuse me, with a QR code that's on your card. If not, you're missing the mark. You are absolutely missing the mark. So think about the people that you deal with, kind of the age bracket, if you will. Are they more apt to maybe enjoy the free reports? Are they more apt to enjoy the monthly newsletters? Because you can set all of that up with a QR code. Remember, QR code monkey is my favorite. Sorry. And you can embed that QR code or put that QR code right on the back side of your business cards. So that is how you kind of create more valuable. I see someone asked about digital business cards. Absolutely. Again, if you're, I'm going to say your general sphere, your SOI that you're going to be dealing with are of that digital, cool thing. Absolutely. Now I've got both. I've got a digital one. I keep forgetting to pull it out. But I also have the regular ones. Now, my other takeaway on this, I would almost rather you hand out either a free report or a newsletter than your business card any day of the week. 99.9% of the business cards are going to go in the trash. The other 1% are going to get someone's gum stuck in it and thrown away. We think they're all that and all that wonderful. Yeah, I don't think they are. So I would almost rather you know how to download the free newsletter out of Samson Resources. Add your photo. You can change the colors. Add your name. Hopefully you know how to spell it. Add your email address. Add your website and a QR code to your website, or a QR code to your blog, which is on your website, or a QR code that goes directly to the page where you've got all your free reports at. Okay. I would rather that any day of the week, because they're actually going to hang on to it longer. It's going to stay longer in their hands than a business card will. So there you go. There's the tip of the trade for that one. All right, let me quickly go back in. If only licensed in one state, yes, you can just say licensed in the Commonwealth of Virginia, or whatever the state you're in, or if you've got multiple licenses, list them all. For those that want to grab their ticket for tomorrow, Top Producer Takeover, the information for that is on the dashboard of the Cardinal Nest. Use the promo code Coach Lynn and you'll get $10 off. I'm just looking at the notes. I love the makeup or no makeup. Yeah, I got you, girl. Hairstyles, again, as long, if it's a complete, absolute change, color change, everything, probably a good idea to update it, especially if you're going to keep that look for a while. Digital business cards, love them. Again, they're one time, one and done, but not everybody likes them. And you want to get something in their hands as well. Most people are what we call kinesthetic and visual learners. They need it in their hands. That is why the newsletter in my opinion, from a marketing background, is way better than an actual business card. That's my 2 cents. So frankly, I wouldn't spend a lot of money on business cards. I know that if we go through our Samson, we're kind of limited, but you can also go through Vistaprint. There's probably a million, squillion, billion platforms out there that you can get business cards. But again, don't ever leave the backside blank. Have your mission statement. My mission is to help you protect and maintain the value of your greatest asset, taught in Jumpstart One, along with, so does your home still meet your needs? If not, I'm here for you. QR code to take them to your website, either to the blog or to free reports or to a newsletter, and then specify in small print by the QR code where it is going to take them. If it is just a generic QR code on there, people are going to be hesitant to click the QR code because they have no idea where it's going to take them. Always remember, if you've created a QR code, yes, you can pull some out of kvCore/Bold Trails. I love QR Code Monkey. Again, instructions are on the agent resource tab for you, how to, on my website to do that. I like it because you can color gradate it. You can color change it. You can put a photo in the middle of it and it looks spiffier, but just also to make sure that you are telling them somewhere in small print, scan QR code for my free report. You want to tell them where they're going and for what, because if not, they ain't going to scan it. There's just that security concern there. I think we've hit it all. So those are the tips on creating a valuable business card using a newsletter instead. We've talked about the email signature requirements. And again, make sure that it is properly set up from your phone. If you're using kvCore Bold Trails, there is a component in there to set up your email address. Make sure it is there. Any other that you're using, make sure it is there. Now, before I let you go, one little tip on when you are typing in your information for your email address, and this goes across every platform I've ever seen. You type in your name and you want to hit return to go to the next line, right? You with me? Okay. If you just hit enter, which is the return, it's going to take it down a line and a half. And then a line and a half. And next thing you know, your email signature looks like this. If you type in your name and hit shift enter, it'll take it down and snug it right up under the line before. It'll just bring it right up nice and close without giving that space in there. Have fun with the signatures as well. Know how to put a link in there to your website. You can add your photos in there as well. You can do all kinds of things. Last little takeaway. If you create what we call a block and then it's saved as an image and you put that into your email signature, sometimes it doesn't open automatically. They've got to manually open it up. Now, if you have put a link to your website inside that block, they will not be able to click on that link to go to your website. It's got to be outside the block. Don't ask, I didn't create that, but that's how it works. When you are setting up your return or your email signature from your phone, unless there's something that I don't know, I have been told you cannot add a photo with it. So again, if you're looking to try to add a photo in there, I don't think you can. Have just the text in there, be compliant, stay out of hot water, and you're good. Okay. All right. Any last minute questions as we wind this session down? Have you found that to be valuable? Was that good information for you? Okay. I'm seeing some heads starting to nod. I see some thumbs going up. I'm going to scan through everybody's. I'm seeing some nodding heads. There you go. All right. So for those who are just jumping in and getting started, I see some thumbs up pop in, some little party hats. Thank you for that. Remember that we have kicked off and started our fourth quarter challenge. If you have missed the sign up for it, you can go to the Cardinal Nest, which is where everything's at, on the dashboard. There is yesterday's sales meeting, which is October. And there was a special slide made for kicking off the fourth quarter challenge. And in there, all you do is scan that QR code. It'll let you go in, sign up for it, and then that'll let me know that you're in, and I will blow your email box up from that point. Okay. All right, Miss Lisa, I see you have your hand up. What you got, my dear?
Yeah, just a couple questions I had in the chat. Is the blog a setting in Bold Trails? It's a setting you need to turn on because I didn't see it on my website.
Correct. Yes,
Okay.
yes. It is asleep, and only until you activate it and do your first post will it then wake it up and allow it to show on your tab on your
Oh,
website.
okay.
If you
So you
need
got to
help
go to
on
the
that,
blog part.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, my other question was just about the you said the Lynn, Coach Lynn, what was that code for?
That is if you want to get $10 off a last minute ticket to go to the Top Producer Takeover tomorrow on Friday, October
Oh,
18th in Springfield.
but if you've already
Okay.
registered, you don't get that code,
Yep. Yep.
obviously.
There you go.
Okay.
All
Thank
right,
you.
my friends. Anything else? Those are great questions. Thank you for bringing those up. All right. You now know the good, the bad, the ugly. And with that, go out, be wonderful, be awesome. Make me proud, make yourself proud. And if you have any questions, just shoot me a quick email. All right.
Lynn, there
Thank
was
you.
another question
Oh,
about
yeah.
the how do we get the registered realtor logo again?
Okay. From any document, Word, whatever. Okay. Let me go back over. There is an insert. With your tabs across the top, you've got home and you got insert. Once you click on insert, go over to the right side. There is a box that has usually it says symbol. When you click the drop down arrow, the R in the circle will show up there. Now, somebody else had put in the chat box for me, you can also hit Alt, the ALT tab on your computer, and then 0174. That is also supposed to drop that R, which stands for registered trademark, after the word realtor.
Is this on a PC or Mac that you're?
I'm on a PC, but I've heard that it works either way. So there you go.
And on your
Okay.
phone, Lynn, like in that, when you have to have, do you have to have the Realtor Capital? How do you get it onto your, because it won't allow, I don't have like an option to be able to put that on there.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Mine was done a long time ago. So and I don't know from the phone how that option is. Now you can just go Google it as well, and
Okay.
you should be able to find something for directions.
Because it just like gives you 9 lines like on my phone on the
Yeah.
Apple. So I don't
Yeah.
have enough to put everything in there.
Yeah. Again, you put what you have to. You can just type in real estate professional, Samson Properties, location or state that you're licensed in. If you're licensed in multiple states, list that. If not, list the office in which you're affiliated with, just CYA, your phone number.
And I never
And
always have the office phone number.
yeah, you don't in some stuff in certain states you have to have the office number on there, but have it at the bottom below the address, in my opinion. Okay.
Okay.
You want your phone number up. Now, I was talking to Mike Briggs the other day, and he said that when he gets an email from somebody, especially if he's driving, he likes to be able to, if their email signature has their phone number in it, he can just tap on the phone number and it will dial it for him. But if it's embedded inside a block or a photo, it doesn't allow that. He says just his little 2 cents on that. So there you go. But yeah, there's some things that it will not let you do from the phone, but you just make sure you've got a response on there. We talked about digital cards. We talked about is the blog a setting in Bold Trails? Lisa, that was you. I think we got that answered. If you need help, email me. I'll be in my office Monday and Wednesday of next week. And I do have some time on Tuesday afternoon. So if I need to connect with somebody real quick, I can absolutely, I've got a lighter travel schedule right now, so I can help if you get stuck on that. There you go. I think we got it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. QR code. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You're awesome. All right, y'all go have a good one. Make sure your signatures are up to speed and know how to get all these extra bells and whistles in place for you. And with that, you go be awesome. You go be wonderful. And I will see you in our next sessions. Okay. Don't forget,
Thanks, Lynn.
boost Monday mornings, 10:30 for a quick 20 to 30 minute boost for the week. All right, my friends, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.